Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. This time, it's one of the nicest, poshest barbershop fragrances I've smelt. Right? It is Chanel pour Monsieur EDT Concentree, I should say. This is a vintage. It was released in 1987. The current version or the current formulation is an EDP. I've smelt it, it's equally nice, but this one is slightly special. This is basically a flanker to the original Pour Monsieur 1955. This was the first masculine made by Chanel. I've reviewed it, check it out. These two scents are pretty different, both in temperament and smell structure. Yeah, very different. Excuse me. I wouldn't say very different because both are barbershop fragrances, but quite different. Very interesting facets have been highlighted in both these fragrances. So, I've got a 5-hour dry down on the top of my hand. So let me start with a spray. I wanted to show you this atomizer. This is the old classic Chanel atomizer. Look at this. It's, it's like an absolute shower. Oh, the moment you smell this, you immediately see that the conscious attempt has been made. Parfumer is Jacques Polge. Conscious attempt has been made by Jacques Polge to create something which will appeal to both modern people, current times, and people who really like classical aromatic fougeres. Very sharp lavender. Yeah, very, I would say, herbal. Almost, I was going to say vegetable-like. It's herbal, very sharp, and petitgrain. And the petitgrain is what gives this fragrance this vibrant aldehydic feel. And Chanel is famous for aldehydes. So it's very aldehydic, sharp lavender mixed with orange blossom, neroli type smell, but it's actually petitgrain. I checked. And mixed with that is a fruity, aromatic orange, beautiful orange, but you don't get it first. You just get it in about 5 seconds. So first you get the lavender and the petitgrain and then the orange. Very vibrant, beautiful, beautiful opening. Stunning opening, I tell you. This is a beautiful fragrance. And then in about 5-10 minutes you'll get spices, cardamom, nutmeg. Nutmeg is what I get most. And nutmeg has been used like pepper would be used. So it's very sharp. The sharpness of lavender is carried forward with nutmeg and fresh. Fresh, zingy, fruity and sprightly kind of fragrance with sharp lavender. Very, very nice. But the fragrance is not something which is angular, because from the very first second you can feel the smoothness of this fragrance. That's why I said it'll appeal to both sides. People who like smooth fragrances, people who like sharp aromatic fougere. Because this fragrance uses a stunning vanilla. But it's not foody vanilla, it's aromatic vanilla. It doesn't smell like gourmand. It does later on. I'll come to that. So that lavender is sharp, the vanilla is smooth and rounded. It flows like a silk scarf on skin. It just has this beautiful mobility. It's a stunning fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. That lavender, amazing. When the fragrance dries down, it brings in 2 other amazingly important notes. One is opoponax. Now, opoponax has what this fragrance would term it as an anchor note. So vanilla could have turned it sweet, and it is sweet. It gets sweeter. Orange also has a little bit of sweetness. And opoponax basically provides a counterbalance, because opoponax is balsamic in nature. It's ambery but balsamic. And opoponax is the note that gives this fragrance the depth and the warmth. There's also a fantastic and fine note of oak moss, allied with vetiver. And I think the velvety character, the smooth scarf that I mentioned, is basically because of opoponax and oak moss. Oak moss does this. I've smelt real oak moss, and oak moss has this very velvety feel to it, green velvety feel. Mostly it's used as a spicy green damp kind of a note. Here it's very silky smooth and very light. This fragrance is absolutely stunning, guys. Absolutely stunning. So, pros and cons. Number one pro, you smelled many aromatic fougeres. Try this one. This is one of a kind. This is one of a kind because of that contrast in notes and the texture. The texture is not woody dry. It's velvety green. It's beautiful. So this is number one pro. The fragrance gives you a new, unique experience. And I really like how it's counterbalanced and velvety. Number one. Number two, the fragrance has this really upper class, really tasteful, gentlemanly, sophisticated vibe about itself. It's very posh, you know, and that's the second. It has to be, because normally aromatic fougeres are connected to vintage fragrances or cheap fragrances, because you know you can get many aromatic fougeres, many barbershop fragrances for £20. This one gives you that feel of something exclusive, and I got that from New York Intense by Nikolai. This fragrance has that feel. It smells exclusive. Number three, this fragrance is basically one of those fragrances which can easily become a signature scent, especially of a slightly mature gentleman, 35 plus. Yeah, it has that feel. You can wear this in any occasions, even summer, in spite of having those notes like opoponax and vanilla. So it's quite versatile, and you can throw any occasion. So I'll come to that later on. Downsides, performance. So this fragrance is a very quiet fragrance. Yeah, it stays very close to your skin within about half an hour. It becomes a skin scent. In fact, it's a skin scent now. I can't smell it. But sometimes when I spray it on my clothes, on my shirt, it smells amazing. It leaves a beautiful scent bubble around me, as if it's coming from somewhere far off, rather than coming from here. So it has that feel about itself. It has this amazing quality, which is sort of, it creates a trail. But if you smell it like this, it's very close to your skin. It's a skin scent. And this is a vintage 1987, not an 87 bottle, but this is a vintage formulation. So that could worry you. Performance. Number two would be that, you know, this fragrance, because of its very quiet nature, you might want to overspray, and this is quite expensive. Hence, the value for money quotient will go down. Yeah? These are not cheap. Chanel's are not cheap. So 75 ml is the only bottle size, and you will spend well in excess of £100 to get this. If you can get it for cheaper, get it. But it's a Chanel. You would have to spend some big bucks on it. So value for money could be low, based on the characteristics I mentioned. Time, seasons. Best time to wear this because of vanilla, opoponax, and the way the vetiver and the oak moss in the base interact with the top notes is spring. This basically is stunning in spring and autumn, in between weather. Although I've tried it in summer, it smells slightly sweeter because of orange and vanilla, but it's all right. Winter, it smells amazing, amazing. So 3 seasons out of 4, you can easily wear this. Age groups. This has a very elegant, sophisticated style. If you are that kind of a person, it'll suit you. Otherwise, I would say it's 35 plus, because aromatic fougeres are slightly mature in their tone. So 35 plus would be ideal, or as I mentioned, if you have that elegant kind of a style, you can easily wear this. Compliment factor. If people smell it, they'll be amazed, because it's a Chanel. It smells very high quality. It's beautifully composed. It will definitely get you a compliment, provided people smell it. Yeah, it's happened to me. I sprayed it on my jacket. I went for my vaccination, and the nurse, the lady who was giving me the vaccine, I could visibly see that she was completely bowled over by the smell, the little trail that my smell was leaving. It was very obvious that she was very impressed by the smell. And it's happened to me many times. So wear it on your shirt and see the effect it has on people, right? So I think it's a great compliment factor for the right occasion. I think I've covered all aspects, haven't I? Occasions. I think this is a very good daytime scent, office scent, amazing scent. If you're well dressed, you can suit this fragrance to that occasion. Say you're wearing a suit to your shopping experience. You can easily couple this, right? The only problem is the sillage. The longevity on this fragrance is about 5 to 6 hours. Sillage is low to medium. Projection is low, right? Marks out of 10, 8. This is a very fine fragrance, but you may not like it if you like your fragrances to perform and project a lot. So 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.